Have you ever wondered why two people can experience the exact same failure, yet one of them gives up forever, while the other goes on to inspire millions? Is it intelligence? Is it talent? Is it luck? Or is there something far more powerful? Something invisible that quietly decides the direction of our lives? Today, I'm going to tell you a story that completely changed the way I think about success. But I want you to stay until the very end, because the biggest lesson isn't revealed until the final moments. There once lived a young woman named Maya. She lived in a peaceful town surrounded by green hills, quiet lakes, and endless fields of wildflowers. From the outside, she looked like an ordinary girl. But inside, she carried an extraordinary dream. Maya wanted to become an author. Not because she wanted fame. Not because she wanted money. She wanted to write stories that could heal broken hearts, give hope to people who had lost it, and remind others that even ordinary lives can become extraordinary. Every morning before sunrise, she sat beside her bedroom window with a notebook and a cup of tea. As the first rays of sunlight touched the pages, she wrote. She wrote about courage, about kindness, about dreams, about never giving up. Every word she wrote came straight from her heart. Months turned into years. Page after page, chapter after chapter. She finally completed her very first book. Holding the finished manuscript in her hands, she smiled. "This," she whispered, "is the beginning of my dream." With excitement filling her heart, Maya sent her book to a publishing company. Then she waited. Every morning, she checked her email. Every evening, she imagined seeing her book on bookstore shelves. She imagined readers smiling, laughing, even crying while reading her words. She imagined changing lives. Finally, the email arrived. Her hands trembled as she opened it. She could barely breathe. Then, she read the first sentence. "We're sorry." The rest of the words became blurry. Her book had been rejected. "It isn't suitable for publication. We don't think readers will connect with it. Thank you for your submission." That was all. Years of hard work, reduced to just a few sentences. Her heart sank. For days, she couldn't bring herself to write another word. Her notebook remained closed. The pen that once danced across the pages lay untouched. Friends tried to comfort her. Some said, "Maybe writing isn't for you." Others said, "You should find a more practical career." Slowly, those voices became louder inside her own mind. Maybe they were right. Maybe she wasn't talented enough. Maybe her dream was too big. One rejection turned into 100 negative thoughts. The girl who once believed her stories could change lives now struggled to believe in herself. Days passed. Weeks passed. Every unfinished page reminded her of failure. She stopped imagining success. She stopped believing in her dream. Most painfully of all, she stopped writing. Until one rainy evening, unable to escape the storm inside her own mind, she left her house and began walking through a quiet park. The rain fell softly. The streets were almost empty. Everything felt silent. As she wandered deeper into the park, something unusual caught her attention. Two beautiful gardens, standing side by side, both planted on the same land, both receiving the same sunlight, the same rain, the same fresh air. Yet, one garden overflowed with colorful flowers, bright, healthy, full of life. The other looked dry, lifeless, almost forgotten. Maya stopped walking. She couldn't understand it. How could two gardens, given exactly the same conditions, become so completely different? Curious, she slowly walked toward the blooming garden. And what she discovered there would change not only her writing, but her entire life. As Maya stepped closer, she noticed an elderly gardener carefully watering the flowers. His movements were slow, patient, almost as if every flower meant something special to him. Curious, Maya asked, "Excuse me, may I ask you something?" The old man smiled warmly. "Of course." Maya pointed toward the two gardens. They received the same sunlight, the same rain, the same soil. So why is one filled with beautiful flowers, while the other has almost nothing? The gardener looked at the blooming garden and said, "Come closer." Maya knelt beside the flowers. To her surprise, not every flower was perfect. Some petals were torn. Some stems were bent. Some leaves carried marks left behind by storms. Yet every flower stood proudly beneath the sunlight. The gardener gently touched one of them. "Do you know why these flowers survived?" Maya slowly shook her head. "Because every single day, I believed they would bloom, even when I couldn't see a single leaf." He smiled. "I watered them. I cared for them. I never stopped believing in what they could become." Then he walked toward the second garden. The soil looked dry, cracked, silent. Many seeds had never even sprouted. The gardener sighed. "I planted these seeds on the very same day. The same weather. The same soil. The same opportunity." Maya looked confused. "Then, what happened?" The old man looked down for a moment before answering. "I kept waiting. I told myself, I'll water them tomorrow. I'll begin when the weather becomes perfect. I'll start when everything feels right." He paused. But tomorrow kept moving further away. And the perfect day never came. Silence filled the park. Only the sound of the wind moved gently through the flowers. Then the old man looked directly into Maya's eyes. "Tell me, young lady, what is it that you're waiting for?" Maya lowered her head. "I wrote a book. It was my dream. I wanted my words to inspire people. I sent it to a publisher. And they rejected it." Her voice trembled. "Ever since that day, I haven't written another page." The gardener smiled gently. "Did one rejection suddenly make you a bad writer?" Maya remained silent. "No." "Then why did you stop writing?" She couldn't answer. Because deep inside, she already knew the truth. The rejection hadn't destroyed her dream. Her own thoughts had. The gardener picked up a tiny seed from the ground and placed it in Maya's hand. "This seed has no idea whether tomorrow will bring sunshine or rain. It doesn't wait for certainty. It simply begins to grow." He closed Maya's fingers around the seed. "Dreams are exactly the same. If you keep feeding them with fear, they slowly disappear. But if you feed them with hope, action, and belief, they grow stronger every single day." At that moment, everything became clear. The problem had never been the publisher. It had never been the rejection. It had never been the criticism. The real battle had always been inside her own mind. She realized she had spent weeks replaying one sentence. "Your book isn't good enough." Instead of asking herself, "What can I do to make it better?" she had allowed one rejection to define her entire future. Standing between the two gardens, with a tiny seed resting in her hand, Maya made a decision. She would go home, open her notebook again, and write the next chapter. Not because success was guaranteed, but because she finally understood something most people never do. Positive thinking isn't believing that nothing will go wrong. It's believing that no matter what goes wrong, you can still keep moving forward. The very next morning, nothing around Maya had changed. The same small room, the same wooden desk, the same notebook, the same unfinished dream. But this time, she looked at them differently. She sat down, opened her notebook, picked up her pen, and wrote one sentence. Then another. And another. It wasn't perfect, but she kept writing. Every single day. Weeks turned into months. Maya rewrote her book from beginning to end. She improved every chapter. She studied great authors. She learned from every mistake. She didn't ask, "What if I fail again?" Instead, she asked, "What can I learn today?" Slowly, the fear that once controlled her was replaced by curiosity. When she finished her second manuscript, she smiled. It was better than the first. Not because she had become more talented overnight, but because she had refused to stop growing. She sent it to another publisher. Then she waited. The reply finally arrived. Her heart raced. She opened the email. Another rejection. For a brief moment, the old fear returned. The negative voice whispered, "See? Nothing has changed." Maya closed her eyes. Then she remembered the gardener. She remembered the flowers. She remembered the tiny seed resting in her hand. She took a deep breath. And instead of giving up, she opened her notebook once again. Months passed. She wrote. She edited. She learned. She failed. She improved. Again. And again. And again. Every rejection became a lesson. Every mistake became a teacher. Every setback became another step forward. Without realizing it, she was no longer writing only a better book. She was becoming a better person. One bright morning, after years of persistence, a new email appeared. She almost ignored it. After all, she had received so many rejection letters before. But something told her to open it. She clicked. The first sentence read, "Congratulations." For a few seconds, she simply stared at the screen. She read it again. And again. A publisher wanted to publish her book. Tears filled her eyes. Not because the journey had finally ended, but because she remembered the girl who had almost given up after her very first rejection. Months later, her book was released. Readers from different cities, different countries, different walks of life began sharing how her words had inspired them. Some said her story helped them overcome failure. Others said it gave them the courage to chase their dreams again. One letter touched Maya's heart more than any other. It read, "I was about to give up on my dream. Then I read your book. Today, I decided to try one more time. Thank you." Maya smiled. That single letter meant more to her than awards. More than money. More than fame. Because it reminded her why she had started writing in the first place. One evening, she returned to the same park. The two gardens still stood there. One bloomed with life. The other remained dry and silent. The old gardener was quietly watering the flowers. He looked at Maya and smiled. Without saying a word. He already knew. She had understood the lesson. Maya gently placed a copy of her published book beside him. The gardener looked at the cover. Then at Maya. "You finally watered your own garden." She smiled. "Yes. And I almost forgot." It all began with one positive thought. As the sun slowly disappeared beyond the hills, Maya realized something she would carry for the rest of her life. Positive thinking isn't pretending that life is perfect. It isn't ignoring pain. It isn't believing that failure will never happen. Positive thinking is choosing hope when doubt feels easier. It is choosing action when fear tells you to wait. It is believing that every setback is preparing you for a greater comeback. Remember this: your mind is like a garden. Every thought you nurture will eventually grow. If you water fear, fear will spread. If you water doubt, doubt will become stronger. But if you water hope, courage, gratitude, and belief, those will slowly transform your life. The future you dream of starts with the thoughts you choose today. So don't let one failure define your story. Don't let one rejection silence your dream. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep believing. Because the greatest success stories are often written by people who refuse to quit after the first chapter. Thank you so much for watching. If this story inspired you, please like this video, share it with someone who needs a little hope today, and subscribe to Akanksha Inspires for more inspirational stories, life lessons, and ideas that help you become the best version of yourself. Remember, every great story begins with one decision. Today, choose to believe.